Good day, everyone. You're welcome to Talking Point Show again. I'm still your host, Onigbinde Raphael. Today being our International Women's Day in year 2021, we want to discuss the strength of Nigerian women as regards their success and those achievements and their contributions to the nation and to the world at large. So, to talk more on this, I have Kemi Aditore on the show today. So, Kemi, you're welcome to the show.
Hi. Hello.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
How are
Good
you
day.
doing? Yeah, it's nice to
I'm
have you
very
here.
well. Same here. Same here. It's nice to have you too.
Yeah,
I mean
today
to see you.
is today is International Women's Day. So, how do you feel?
hmm
The world is celebrating
Well,
the women.
grateful. I must say, I feel grateful. I mean, it's a privilege to be celebrated. Of course, I believe that we celebrate ourselves every day. I mean, women that know their worth, their value, celebrate themselves every day. But the fact that we take a day specifically to celebrate women, I think it's wonderful, and I'm grateful for that.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
it's actually a welcome idea because women have had a lot of contributions to the development of the world at large.
of
So
course, of course.
and even as regard Nigeria, we if we begin to count now, I know we will waste we will take a lot of time to talk
Mm,
about that even in Nigeria here. Okay, so I want to ask, can you explain to us what is career? What is who is a career woman?
hmm. A career woman. Well, to my understanding, I would say a career woman is one that understands um, her path, regarding her career. I don't know if it sounds like it's tautology, anyways, but just understanding her path, more like a form of a purpose concerning service in a particular sphere or a particular industry. The woman understanding that path and then thriving in that path as well as serving others in that sphere also. So I'll just say in summary, that's it.
Okay, let me put this in this setting as an African woman. There are,
Yeah.
you have a lot of things to battle with. Many women want to be a career woman, as in those that have the dream. You want to face a particular profession, and you maybe let me say because of the things you are getting from your family, you need to be married. So now, being a career woman and you still settling the family issues, so how do you balance it?
Whoa. Wow. Well, is this ambiguous? No. But then, first and foremost, everything that you have, whether yes, your career, your family, I
Mm,
would want to say first and foremost, be grateful for
mm,
that. The fact that you're a career woman, you have a family or whatsoever, you have to, you should. I think a heart of gratitude is very important. I want to just say that because I know when people begin to want to say how do people really balance that, it's more like there's a talk of war somewhere. Like I'm battling to be a career woman, I'm battling to be a family woman. Whereas I've seen people who have thrived in both areas, and I think that one of the things I've recognized or I've seen, I've observed is that people are really grateful that they even have the two worlds to themselves. And I'm trying to see how people balance or how we balance our families and our career. Well, I think it's priority. That's it. Priority is the major thing, is a major um, key. And if you ask me, what do I mean by priority? Well, over the years, I've seen people make mistakes of saying that, oh, because I want to get this to this particular stage of my career, every other thing suffers, especially their families. And yes, though they grow up into the corporate ladder, which is very okay and beautiful, but their family suffers. So, but then I've come to realize, and I'm practicing it also, that in as much as we have career dreams and stuff, I believe family first, then career. I know it's very hard to say, but that is the thing because if I, as a person, have a desire to want to serve in a particular sphere or industry. I'm serving the external world, and which is very beautiful. But then, how much more am I serving the people in my own circle or in my own space? So I think it's priority, and I believe we can put family first and then our career. And trust me, it might look so difficult, but then it's not. I mean, if you really prioritize properly, right? It's really not that difficult. Yes, there might be challenges along the way, but trust me, putting family first above your career. I'm not saying you should just take your career off. The peace that comes with it brings will definitely bring excellence to what you're doing. Because if your family, your children, your husband sees that there's a form of respect you give to them, attention you give to them, they even give you the space you desire. They want you to be the best that you can be. And by the time they do that, there's no how your children want to emulate you. Oh, my mama has time for me. She has time for herself. I think I want to be like her. So I think it's priority. And for me, sincerely, family first is key. And then I believe you will definitely thrive in your career. For example, I love this lady with Kawushika. She's one person that I really look at. And when I look at her, I'm like, yes, I can do it. She did it. I can do it. And I think it's been working.
Okay.
I think it's been working.
Mm, well, okay. I want to take the Dr. Ngozi Okojewala
It was,
as a present role model for
yes.
women in Nigeria presently. Now,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Now, what are those lessons that you think the young ladies, the ones that are just coming up, could actually emulate from her? You know, being a career woman and also maintaining a peaceful home.
Hmm. Well, first off, I hope I'm not going to be contradicting anything. Uh, how will I put it? I don't really know the internal state of her family. Yes, she's successful. I celebrate her. I love her. I was reading about her earlier today. One of her sons. Really is also a writer. It's beautiful. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
if her son is also thriving in his own path, that means I think she has left a good footprint,
Mm.
right, for her son. And again, in as much as there are other role models or other people around us that are doing so well, career wise, I think it's actually good we think of emulating them. But may I also try and not debunk, but I want to say something that probably um, so many people are not used to, right? People like Mrs. Ngozi, she has a path, very beautiful. Mrs. Ibuka Woshika has a path, very beautiful. Mrs. Tara has a path, very beautiful. I think it's also very important to look at them, be grateful for the lives they have, be grateful for the careers they have, but then realize that people's paths are really different, experiences are really different. I know that sometimes people are like, oh yeah, they actually went through this particular path, their principles they took that they went on and it really worked out well for them. But I think most of the time over the years, people have really been under pressure, because Iwela has PhD, masters, this, that. I must have this, that to become like Mrs. Ngozi. That's pressure, unnecessary pressure. So for Mrs. Ngozi or Mrs. Tara, they understood their path, their career path, their purpose, and because they understood their path, they knew the necessary thing that is needed for them to thrive. So I would say the lessons I learned from them, and I'm still learning from them, is that first and foremost, I need to understand my career path. In as much as they are commendable, yes, but if I understand my career path, I would say, okay, yes, they did well in there. So I think I need to look for the lesson or the principle necessary for my own career path to thrive. Because by the time I'm saying what are the lessons I learned, I might really put myself under pressure. I hope I'm not really contradicting anything, but I mean, that's what I've observed. Really, I've observed that over the years, and I told myself I'm going to commend people. I appreciate the lives they have, but in as much as they are doing so well, I need to be sure that the path I'm working on, I'm not using their own um, lifestyle to be able to thrive on my own path because I might just be doing myself so much harm. So
Okay.
understanding your path is like it's the major thing, the major lesson that I think I've learned from them.
Okay. Thank you for that. I want to ask you this. The aspect of domestic violence. You know, from
mm,
this angle where we come from, the Africa, it
mm.
is there are a lot of things that is expected from the women. Um, how do we, from your own point of view, how do we reduce domestic violence? Because of civilization, because of exposure, I feel that is part of things that is making domestic violence increase these days. So now, from your own point of view, how do you think we can manage civilization, your career path, and to still maintain a peaceful home to avoid domestic violence?
Well, domestic violence. I really want to say first and foremost, I empathize really with those people that have gone through um, such such situations, and I hope that a lot of them that have gone through this situation, I hope that they're getting better and they've overcome, and possibly using their pain um, to serve other people. I think before we even begin to talk about the fruits of domestic violence, I think we need to talk about it's important we look at the foundation, the roots of domestic violence. Something would not happen to me that I did not accept it, that I did not allow to happen to me. I mean, to a large extent, right? What I what I have, what I accept for myself, really is depending on what what I really want and what I really look forward to or what I really respect. I don't know. I hope I'm using the right word. What I'm trying to say is that first and foremost, you see they talk about domestic violence. I start with the individual himself. It's herself. We're talking about women. Start with the individual herself. I know some things have happened. Really, it's not their fault. Really, but to a large extent, I think first and foremost starts with the individual herself. Like when it comes to marriage, the things happening in marriage. Please hold on, please. It's important that a woman, first and foremost, self love involves you understanding the things that you want, the things that you know is good for you, the values that you know are good for you, understanding your self worth. I think that is a basis, the basics that women need to know. So that understanding who you are, the values that are so dear to you, really will make you make the decisions, the right decision regarding the partner, person you're supposed to get, that you want to get married to. Because at the end of the day, if you don't know your worth, if you don't know your value, you might tend to attract wrong set of people who would now start coming to bash your face and bash your career or bash your worth or bash your value. So if, as an example, I know my worth and I know my value, because I know my worth and I know my value, when a particular no, I can't allow anybody, my partner, just come and start saying things to me, or my partner can even hold anything against me or his hand against me, because I've seen values in him that I have already emulated to myself. So I've avoided that already from the start, because there are fruits really. There are fruits we should have seen in our partners before we even want to go into the relationship in the first place. So I want to say first and foremost, every if you're single, what are your values? What is your worth? What you know you cannot tolerate, and you see your partner, intending partner, your partner to be exhibiting that, please, those are red flags. You need to just run away. For instance, if you're single and you're in a relationship, I start saying your partner slapping you for starts. That is an evidence that when you get married, of course, there's going to be violence in your house,
Okay.
or it's verbally abusive. Come on, what can you talk wrong to yourself? Can you talk harsh words to yourself? Right? That is one of my value. I can't say words or negative words to myself. So nobody should say negative words to me. So the moment I notice, or because I have noticed that I cannot say, I cannot beat myself, I can't slap myself when I'm not mad. Right. So that value, right? I make sure that I've looked at my partner and make sure that okay, it can't do that. I mean, that is a step. I'm not saying that is all.
Mm.
Then situations can occur, right? Now, when you're in the marriage, when you're married already and something happens, how can you avoid? Okay, something happens that maybe you were bashed by your partner, you were insulted verbally by your partner. Then what can you do? There are situations I've heard. it's so the cases are so are so you know sensitive and destructive that I've seen women still saying that they want to stay back in the marriage or don't stay back. Yeah, I know it's good for you to fight for a marriage. Everybody wants it. I mean, marriage in itself is beautiful, but I think at that moment, you need to seek safety first. That's what I would say. Seek safety first. Your life is very important. I've heard stories of people staying in the house, beaten by their partners, and they died at the end of the day. Come on. And you want to become a career woman, you want to make impact in this world. Why would you why would you even want to stay there and let your life and the person be beaten up by a human being like yourself that's supposed to be your partner? So I'm thinking I know you should seek safety first. I mean, I hope I'm even answering your question. So, but the part I want to really emphasize on, it's important we settle the roots of the matter first because there are a lot of fruits of domestic violence. So, sure, sometimes I feel like say maybe no matter how much you preach about domestic violence, people are not, so people don't hear what. It's like some guys are just like lunatics, right? So it's important for a woman understand who you are, understand your self-worth, understand what you can accept and what you cannot accept. The moment you understand the entirety of who you are, whenever a person comes to you and talks to you and you begin to see fruits that are contrary to who you are and what you believe in, I don't think you should begin to go into that relationship because you are accepting stuff like domestic violence. So I mean that's what I think. Just
Okay.
let's take care of the roots. Yeah,
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah. The last question I'll be asking you for today on the show. As regards successful women, what are those things that we can look at as a secret to their strengths? That they keep their consistency to make sure that okay, they actually get there. That you don't rely on men before you can survive or before you can do this or you can do that. But I feel some of these ladies don't know. They always feel like no, until I have a man before I can do this. So now for those who are successful, what do you think are those secrets? What are those things that they are doing that some of all these other ladies are not doing?
Whoa, I think it's relative, really, because number one, if you ask me first and foremost, what is even success? What is success in itself? I think that's even more important because I think women, some ladies are really under pressure. I'm saying this because I have seen people around me, they're under pressure. They see a woman have a mansion, celebrates on Instagram or on social media, they're like, oh my God, this lady is successful. That's the own definition of success. Or they see something, a lady having a car, and because of they see all these people having their things, material things, so to say, they are so under pressure that they want to be like them, thinking that that's this success for them. I mean, they feel that is success for them, right? So I'm thinking first and foremost, let's even know what is success. What is even success in the first place? I would say it again because I think I've been learning and I'm still learning. Success is understanding your purpose. Success is understanding your purpose. Once you understand your purpose, you want to grow into your full potential. More like you want to grow into make sure that your purpose comes into limelight. And then once your purpose comes to limelight, is to actually serve. Is to serve people, is to serve communities, is to serve your family, is to serve people that don't even that don't even know you, that don't even deserve to be served, but you're serving them anyways because your purpose is a blessing. So that is success. So for women who are thinking that they need a man to survive, first, I would say, uh, really, I need you to survive. Aren't you a man? I need you to survive, right? You also need me to survive, right? So we literally need each other to survive. But the mindset of trying to depend totally on another human being, trust me, some women don't even depend on a man. They depend on another fellow woman to help them, right? To make them and when I mean depend, they are so parasitic. They just want to take, and take and take, and they are not ready to give as they take, to give back as they take from them. I think that's the danger there. People, some women trying to be so dependent on people to have what they have. So with that, I think first a woman, a lady, to be able to just stop yourself from being parasitic, or you seeing some certain women, you thinking that their lives are successful, whereas you don't even know how they got their so-called material success, right? I think it's important, first and foremost, that you should understand what you've been called to do. And I think understand what you've been called to just literally opens your eyes to see the possibility that you can birth. It opens your eyes to even see what you're capable of even doing. I know even with that, you even see the possibility of realizing that you know what, I'm a blessing already.
Mm.
It's like you are just there's an introspection inside of you. I'm a blessing already. I have all it takes to give out. You know, oh, so if I have this idea, that means, wow, this sector can be changed. This industry can be changed. Oh, this sphere can be changed. Oh, this community can be changed. So when you begin to see yourself in that light, trust me, instead of you thinking of how to depend and be so parasitic, you think of how can I collaborate with certain people to be able to serve in this aspect, and how can I also give back as I'm getting. So I'm thinking for all women, for all ladies, whether you're married or you're not married, it's important. Understand your purpose. A lot of married women, so to say, there are even some people, women that even are driving these massive big cars and having their houses, they don't even understand their purpose. And that is why you're seeing them everywhere, here and there, just doing whatever they're doing. And then you're seeing a woman in her home with her children, serving her children, making sure their children are well fed, making sure her children are do their assignments, teaching them the way of the Lord, teaching them certain values and principles. Do you know that because they are planting, I'm just saying for instance, they are planting a seed level of that child grows up to become a very wonderful child that also plants seeds of positive values in other people. And that is how goodness spreads in the world. That is success for me. That is another definition of success. Or another definition of success is a woman. Yes, I'm a career woman, but I know, I also understand the beauty of living life to the fullness. I'm not talking about partying. Yeah, it's good to party, but what about appreciating the sun, appreciating the weather, taking long walks and appreciating your surroundings, or better still, going for make sure you take care of your body, going to gym or cooking, spending time with your family, spend time with your friends, taking time to relax. The more you try to pursue your career growth, the more you understand the beauty of life. I feel that is success. More importantly, having a heart of gratitude. So people, so many women, they complain a lot. They complain a lot, and it's so terrible. I wonder how can you be so successful, and then you have this kind of mindset. You complain, you nag, you insult, and people emulate you. I mean, I don't know what are people. What is wrong with some ladies? I see some people on social media. They love so many influencers, so to say. But these influencers, they curse, they complain, they nag, they say stuff, and I'm like, and people like you. Wow, I'm not saying I hate you, but I'm just saying, just imagine a lot of women that are walking through that same path because they feel that is success. That's the definition of true success. So I believe success also is just while you're working on your path, on your purpose path, having a heart of gratitude, whether you're in pain or you have an unfortunate circumstance happening to you. I'm thankful for the pain. I'm thankful for my moment of joy. I'm thankful for my moment of progress. I'm thankful for my moment of rest. You know, that and that. I think that should be what women should emulate. That is success. That is success to me. That's success. So
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I know that if I release more of you, I know you have a lot to say, and we may not end the show today. So thank you so much for coming to the show today. I believe many viewers we learn a lot from what you've said, and especially the women there. So this is where we draw the curtain of today's show. We hope you will still join us next time to still get more information and to be more enlightened. So thank you. See you next time.
you're welcome. All right, bye.